Trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
The Uncle Henry Show, weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Well, Henry, how you doing? Listen to your program. I can sum it up in one word. Wow.
Message deleted.
It says the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you so much for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I appreciate that very, very much. Once again, here we are together, me and you, just the two of us trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on in this world? Now, today in the first segment of the Uncle Henry Show, we have a guest in studio. We have Savannah Jane Bexley, who is often, all you hear about young people is bad stuff if you just watch the news, but there are a lot of young people doing good in our country, and Savannah Jane Bexley is doing good. Savannah Jane, you are an Azalea Trail Maid, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm a peach.
You're a peach. Oh, you're the peach Azalea Trail Maid.
Yes, sir.
All right, and you have created 2 fundraisers going on this weekend to raise money for St. Jude. What motivated you to raise money for St. Jude?
So I had to interview and then apply to join the St. Jude Leadership Society. I'm on the Gulf Coast cohort, and our advisor, Will, has given us a goal, and once we reach this goal, we get to go to the Next Gen Experience in Memphis, where we go to the hospital, and we get to meet the patients and some of the physicians and meet with the leaders at ALSAC, because if you didn't know, St. Jude doesn't do any of its own fundraising. ALSAC, which was started by Friends of Danny Thomas, does all of their fundraising,
Okay.
So we get to meet with those leaders. And so for my events, I have picked to do Little Red Wagon Weekend, which will consist of Saturday being pickleball at a private pickleball club, a pickleball tournament, and then Sunday being bingo at Braided River.
Okay, Sunday bingo at Braided River. Now, the pickleball thing, is the pickleball thing sold out?
Yes, as of yesterday, it officially sold out.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. That had to have been a thrill to create something and then have it sell out like that.
It was really exciting. It happened during my second block, and I like screamed. My teacher was like, "What's wrong?"
Okay, well, tell me, what about Sunday? If people want to participate in bingo, what is the where and how do they sign up and all that good stuff?
So we have a Facebook page, and it's called Little Red Wagon Bingo, and you can search it up on Facebook. There is a link you can follow to register, and then it'll take you to my St. Jude donation link. Cards are $10 a piece, and you can buy as many as you want. We're also selling T-shirts. You can buy that there as well. And bingo will be at 2 p.m. on Sunday. We're going to have lots of fun prizes. We have custom cornhole boards. We're going to be like 6 packs of beer at Braided River, going to be a prize. Lots of wine donated by one of our sponsors. And then also a bunch of St. Jude swag that we have. Some fun hair care. So just a lot of really cool prizes that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else.
Okay, so that is coming up Sunday. So bingo lovers need to look for that Facebook page. What's it called again?
Little Red Wagon Bingo.
Little Red Wagon Bingo. Look that up on Facebook. Now, Savannah Jane Bexley, you go to Saraland High School?
Yes, sir. I'm a junior.
You're a junior. A junior in high school. See, when I was a junior in high school, I don't even know if I could tie my shoes. And there you are. You're creating all these events and becoming a Azalea Trail Maid. What else do you do at Saraland?
So I'm on our varsity track and field team. I'm on our broadcasting team. I'm our mascot, Sparty.
You're the mascot. You're Sparty.
Yes, sir.
I have Sparty. Hey, Sparty, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to mention something to you. I talked to a guy that just moved in to Mobile County a couple of months ago, and he said he went up by the Saraland High School. Mm-hmm. He said, "What is that? It looks like a private university. It doesn't look like a high school." And I told him, I said, "There's a lot of civic pride now in Saraland." Is that true?
Oh, yes. I mean, we have sweatshirts that say Saraland University. We are
Oh,
all
you do?
in. Yes, we are all in.
Okay. Now, this effort to do fundraising for St. Jude, all of this and getting to go up and meet all these people that raise the money, does that tie into what you want to do with your life? What does a young person that is so on the ball want to do with their life?
So yes, so seeing St. Jude, being involved with St. Jude all these years, I've just seen the good that they've done, and
Right.
seeing it firsthand makes me so grateful to be healthy and not need the resources that St. Jude has for kids like me. And so what I want to do is I want to work in radio just like you and get to do things with St. Jude, actually.
Oh, you do. So you want to work in radio? No, would you? What kind of radio would you want to work in, Savannah Jane?
Probably country radio. I mean, some of y'all, if you've heard me on the Shelby Show, you know me as SJ, the fake intern.
SJ,
And
the fake intern from
You'll
95
see me at
KSJ.
concerts at the Wharf.
Yes, you will.
Work in boot hole most of the time.
Okay. So country music radio is what you'll be interested in.
Yes.
Who are your favorite country music artists?
So, I mean, I'm tried and true to Mobile. I love me some Walker Hayes.
Yes,
I've been a fan of
fantastic.
Sam Hunt recently. The new Riley Green album, I've been running, and that's a really good one that I've been loving to listen to when I run. And then the new Megan Maroney album, I've been obsessed with.
Hey, I've got a high school junior on this Uncle Henry show for the first time in decades. So what is hot among the young? What people your age, what are they watching on TV? What are they looking at online?
Well, I know me, and March Madness brackets close in 12 hours. So the last week and a half, I have been all over March Madness.
Okay.
Because I'm competitive, and almost all of my friends I've gotten into it as well, is getting to making the brackets and just being competitive about it. So I'd say a lot of kids my age are into sports.
Okay.
Because it's so easy to get invested into and
Yeah.
pick a team that you get to cheer for. Mm-hmm. And then also, I would say fast-paced and quick media, like social
Fast-paced-
media.
Fast-paced, quick videos and stuff. So you're not going to want to sit down and watch a 2.5-hour movie?
Most kids my age are not as I bet you can see that movie tickets are going down.
Oh, yeah.
Just because kids my age, their attention spans are so short.
The kids your age used to be the most reliable demographic to go to a movie theater.
Exactly.
Teenagers would always be at movie theaters. Now they're not.
No.
It's because the movies are too long. What if modern movies shortened to 45 minutes? Would you go?
I probably would. I still go to the movies though. I
okay.
love to go see a good movie. But I will say that it would probably help with the engagement, but I also don't know if you could get a whole storyline over in
Okay. Well,
45 minutes.
The TV show Gunsmoke
Yeah.
back in the day was a 30-minute show when it first started out. And you would, in less than 30 minutes, you'd get a story with a beginning and a middle and an end. And because the name of the show is Gunsmoke, there would be gunfire. So it was, look, it can be done. It can be done. Now, before we're out of time, for your age group, are there any top influencers that your age group pays attention to?
I mean, not really. I'd say a lot of people gravitate towards TikTok because the videos are short and you can
Right.
be invested in it. I love home renovation. So the thing about TikTok is it customizes your For You page to whatever you want it to be. So my For You page is full of puppies and home renovation and cooking shows.
Okay.
So it's really something for everybody.
All right, we are just about out of time in this segment. I've enjoyed the conversation. Tell people again where they can go to find out more about your bingo event coming up this Sunday.
Little Red Wagon Bingo on Facebook.
Little Red Wagon Bingo on Facebook. Savannah Jane Bexley, thank you so much for coming in and talking on the Uncle Henry Show.
Yes, sir. We'll see you Sunday.
I think you could do quite well in radio. All right, there is more show to come. We got a lot to get into. We got coyotes and other stuff to talk about when the Uncle Henry Show continues on News Radio 710 WNTM.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Look out for a crash in Citronelle. This is on North 3rd Street at Lonnie Walker Road. Watch for an accident in Mobile, Grelot Road at Hillcrest Road. We also have an accident in the right lane, south on I-65, south of Highway 47 as you make your way from Perdido to Bay Minette. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion. Wendy's new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion is here. With a mint chocolate sauce, this treat was designed to be loved. Be sure to get the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion soon, because just like Girl Scout cookie season, it won't be here forever. Plus, don't forget to order your fave cookies.
All right, YouTube. If there's any YouTube viewers, I'll be checking on you here momentarily. if I can figure out how to do so. Oh, there it is. No, it isn't. All right. Back to plan B. There we go. All right, here we are. Here we are. Let me see if we got anybody looking. Yes, we have a small number of people looking in. I want to say hello to Bamba Big Man. Thank you, Bamba Big Man. JD, congratulations on your daughter going to Mobile Christian. KP of shirtbutter.com, hello to you. Chuck, thank you. We need some common sense in the chat. You stabilized the chat room, Chuck, and I consider it a personal favor when you're looking in. I think there are some people that don't want to embarrass themselves in front of you. Who we got? Who else? Richard Harvey. Hey, Richard Harvey. And 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley. Now, coming up Friday, I'd mentioned to you before that I'm going to be going to a funeral Friday, and so I'm not going to be here live, but I'm going to have a brand new show. Randy Kennedy of Sports Talk 99.5 FM. Randy Kennedy is going to be the guest. He announced his retirement yesterday. Randy Kennedy retiring. Is it time for a new rug? So anyway, he's going to be on from 5 to 6, and then legendary loud guitarist Steve Vai will be on from 6 to 6:30. So that is your Friday on the radio and by podcast, Uncle Henry Show. Now, 68-year-old Chris, you asking me about a new rug. Is it time for a new rug? I've been determining when. See, I want to get as much mileage. I don't want to be just wasting the hair pieces and not use them. So I've got a new rug ready to go. It's a new rug ready to go, but I want to make sure I get the full mileage out of this. Oh, Chuck, wonderful. Applying for a position as a coyote hunter. All right. When you become one, please come in and be on the show and talk about them. Maybe you can maybe you can tell me if that email I got about coyotes was accurate or not. All right, let me see. I got to get the coyote stuff ready. "68-year-old Chris, yes, it is looking thin. You're right. But once you break one in, that's another thing. Once you break it in, when I switch to a new hairpiece, my head will hurt for several years until it kind of, it's like breaking a horse. So, does Snake Trapper eat coyote? Bamba Big Man? All right, back on the radio in about 15 seconds from now.
Save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. It is 5:20. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes. Now, I want to invite you to come by and say hello to me. I'm going to be doing this show live on location at the grand reopening of Pool and Spa Superstore next Tuesday out in West Mobile. They have a new location, new building. new owner, Irving Thomas, or Thomas Irving, whichever one he likes. Now, that'll be from 5 to 6 next Tuesday. And you can find Pool and Spa Superstore by going out west on Cottage Hill and taking a ride on Dawes Road. Once you take that ride on Dawes Road, you cannot miss it. It'll be right there, right after you take that turn. And I think they're doing a ribbon cutting. I think the mayor's going to show up. It'll be a lot of fun out there at Pool and Spa Superstore, Dawes Road. All right, 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. That's 251-479-2723. Now, we've had lots of discussion about coyotes in the last couple of years here in Mobile, and it's gotten to a fever pitch with a lot of people calling in about coyotes and sending me emails about how they're worshipped as deities, and you just need to learn how to coexist with them and all this kind of stuff. Last night, Fox 10 last night did a report on how you should expect to see even more of them this time of year because it's mating season. Let's listen and learn together as we hear Fox 10 teach us about coyotes.
Coyotes are showing up in neighborhoods in Mobile, and with it being mating season, the city says you're likely going to see more of these animals.
More of them.
Some encounters happening right in people's front yards.
Our Ashton Mitchell is showing you, and she got up close with a coyote herself in her neighborhood.
And we want to warn you, some of the video is graphic and might be disturbing.
All right, graphic, disturbing coyote video. I wonder if it's violent or of their mating season.
I rolled up on a coyote in my West Mobile neighborhood, trotting through the woods. At first, I thought it was a dog, but as I got closer, I realized it was in fact a coyote.
I never knew that coyotes trotted.
This video taken around 9 p.m., the coyote moving through yard after yard. And then this video taken in the same neighborhood in someone's front yard. A warning, this next video is graphic. A coyote grabs a duck and wrings it by the neck. We've blurred those graphic moments.
All right, now they warned us about a graphic. You could be disturbed by this graphic video, and then when you see the video, they blurred it so much, it looks like you don't even know what the coyote is doing. You don't know.
If you see something, don't just post it online. Robert Bryant with City Animal Services says report it to the city so officials can track problem areas and step in if a coyote turns aggressive.
So if there's definitely a coyote out there that's causing an active problem, that's actively chasing people or actively attacking people's animals, then we will do some sort of targeted removal.
Bryant says mating season drives more activity, but coyotes have long called this area home. Urban development and easy access to food and shelter have helped them thrive.
Easy access to shelter.
The majority of our coyotes in our area are just passing through, going from one area to the next. So, the biggest thing is if you see a coyote, you need to report it to us.
Now, why are they passing through our area? He said the vast majority are passing through the area. Are they on vacation? Are they headed to the Gulf? Are they headed to the Gulf?
A lot of people don't report coyote sightings to the city because they don't.
I wonder if they take Amtrak to New Orleans.
I don't think there's going to be any immediate action. But what coyote reportings do help us do is they help us to establish those hot spots.
Since January 1st, the city has received 16 reports of coyote sightings from Midtown to Dauphin Island Parkway, Africatown, and areas west of I-65. You can file a report through Mobile 311 as well. We have a link to download the app on our website at fox10tv.com.
And if you encounter an aggressive coyote,
here's some good advice.
Experts say don't run off
or trot off.
Instead, make yourself look bigger by waving your arms. Maybe if you have a jacket in your hand, hold that above your head and make loud noises, and that should scare it off.
Okay, make yourself look larger. Maybe take off your jacket and wave it up your head, and make loud noises. All right. Well, you see a lot of that. So, speaking of down on the Parkway, you see a lot of that even when there's no coyote or nothing. People just like acting like that down there on the Dauphin Island Parkway. All right. 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Hello there, caller.
Uncle Henry, how are you?
John, I'm good. Thank you. You are live on the radio, John.
Yeah, two topics. The first, I just hope everyone pays attention to this SAVE Act. Our elections, there is so much voter fraud in numerous different ways. It's not just illegal aliens voting. There's some of that. Most of it is through mail-in voting.
Right.
8 states, the entire election in 8 states is all mail-in. So they never get ID'd. Some of them get multiple ballots. You know, and one district has 30,000 people and 40,000 people vote. I mean, it's massive fraud, and they have the drop boxes and every little scheme you could think of. And another thing is the harvesting, which is illegal in Alabama, but they go into these nursing homes and just vote for them. So they get all the dementia patients, and they vote Democrat for them and just go along, and it's completely legal in half of the states.
Yeah,
so this is really the biggest problem right now. One of the biggest problems.
I agree with that completely, and I don't understand what people talk about this. If you do this, it would be voter suppression. You know, we voted a certain way for many years, and there would never seem to be a problem. But now, if you can't mail it in and mail in everybody in the neighborhoods at the same time or something, then it's somehow suppressing you. That is a load. That is not that. It doesn't make sense.
It's just a lie. It's false. How come Florida can have their results an hour after it's closed? In California, with their mail-in voting, takes 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because they're cheating. It's not rocket science. Yeah. And the second topic. I really enjoyed your program last week where you had the 3 city council meetings. I was trying to leave a message with Woods of my district. I was annexed, and I was hoping that he's aware of it from the conversation. That we really a police precinct out here, and since we contributed so much money, that all these roads should be paved within the next year or two, hopefully.
Well, he says that's his goal.
Show.
Oh, thank you. He was the one that suggested it. He said, because I'd asked him for quite some time to come on the show, and he said he wanted to bring several other council members, and I've never had anything like that, and it made me feel a lot more comfortable about the direction of the city.
Yeah, it did me too. It was a great program.
Well, thank you.
Good job for all 5 of y'all.
Well, thank you very much, John. All right, going to the break. Thank you for your phone call. You can see that show that he's talking about on the Uncle Henry Show Facebook page and on the Uncle Henry Show YouTube channel.
Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design.com Traffic Center.
And a traffic signal is out on Mobile Highway at Cherokee Trail. And at the Cochrane Bridge east on Highway 90 from 165 to I-10, it's an 11-minute drive. Slowing down west on the Bayway. From the Eastern Shore to the tunnel in Mobile, it's a 10-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Whoever said opposites attract was definitely talking about the new Slicey menu at DQ.
Dairy Queen. That's kind of a throwback franchise, isn't it? Dairy Queen.
Traffic tip line at pound 250. Keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. Mobile County prosecutors say a Theodore mother is now charged with felony murder and aggravated child abuse after her 14-year-old son died and her 16-year-old daughter was found malnourished. The DA's office saying Amanda Morgan left both teens who have severe autism home alone overnight at a mobile home park on Sperry Road. While she was gone, investigators say the 14-year-old was strangled by his blanket and died, and his 16-year-old sister was taken to a hospital for malnutrition. After months of investigating, including an autopsy and toxicology results, Morgan was booked Monday. She'll be on house arrest with an ankle monitor. A forensics investigation now confirms the missing Chalk family died from stab wounds. 3 bodies were found a week ago in the woods off Downing Road in Baldwin County, believed to be Aurelia Chalk and her 2 children. Authorities are still waiting on final positive identifications, but an MCSO official says one body had a necklace with her name on it, and another had a bracelet with his name. Hector Arguetaguera is charged with 3 counts of capital murder. Alabama lawmakers taking up a bill that could change how dogs are treated outdoors. Senate Bill 361, known as Bo's Law, would require dog owners to provide adequate shelter, clean water, food and care, and set humane rules for tethering. The bill is still in the early stages in a House committee, and lawmakers will have to move it before the session ends. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeartRadio station.
This is News Radio 710, WNTM.
News, I'm Tom Graham. The U.S. and Israel taking out more Iranian government officials as the conflict rages on. Tehran firing back. Fox's Mike Tobin is in Tel Aviv.
Neighborhoods near Tel Aviv burned. Last night, at least 2 cluster bombs were fired into Israel by Iranian missiles. An Israeli airstrike hit Pars, the world's largest oil and gas facility. And Iran then followed through with a promise to strike the gas facilities of their neighboring countries in the Gulf states.
Oil prices continue to spike globally. Record-breaking high temperatures continue to cook millions in the southwestern U.S., but no relief in the coming days.
We do have a couple of heat alerts that are in place. The extreme heat warning, Vegas, Phoenix, LA's right on the cusp of one as well, where we could see these temperatures climb into the 90s and triple digits. We do have a chance of seeing several records broken throughout this week, more than 1,000.
Fox Weather's Kiana Lewis. America is listening to Fox News.
YouTube viewers, thank you for watching on YouTube. The reason I play the 2 newscasts is because instead of just talk to you during the whole break, is because I get so busy many days doing other stuff for KSJ and everything. I'll come in and not know what has happened in the news since like 10 in the morning, 9 in the morning. So I actually need to hear it in case there's something. I don't want to be, I don't want to be playing around if somebody like a tornado hit the Mount Rushmore or something. I want to know if there's something big happening. All right, let's see. I saw that there was some folks watching. Nelson. Thank you. Always a pleasure to have Nelson in the chat room. Going to Metairie, Louisiana. Been there a few times. I never figured out how to make it pleasant. I'm sure it's very pleasant. I have nothing against Louisiana, but I just didn't know better. I didn't know how to make it pleasant. Ben Griffin, nice to see Ben Griffin. Always nice to, the youngest viewer, except for the occasional peek in by JD's daughter, Claire. Azure and 2-time, hello to you. Thank you for looking in. Appreciate that very much. And let's see, Art telling me to go to Creative Trends for new hairpiece. Barbara at Creative Trends. I don't know. That sounds pricey. That sounds pricey. I like getting them wholesale. But I'll look into it. I know you wouldn't steer me wrong. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm back on the radio in less than 40 seconds. So I'm going to have to turn the YouTube off, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Free iHeart app.
Clay and Buck.
I think we are setting up for a incredible Trump boom. I really am super optimistic that we are headed for that.
Weekdays at 11 on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show. You can also hear me on FM radio on 95 KSJ, Monday through Friday, between 10 and 2. And if you're a fan of Luke Combs, one of the superstars of country music, everything he puts out, people just buy it like crazy. He's got a new album coming out midnight into Friday morning. And on 95 KSJ, they're doing a Luke Combs album takeover. So if you like Luke Combs music, you can hear songs off his new album and older songs from Luke Combs all Friday. I believe it's 22 hours. They're doing a 22-hour album takeover. No, they haven't done that for anybody since I've been working at KSJ, but they're doing it for him. He's that popular. You can't go wrong in country music by playing Luke Combs. So if you like Luke Combs, check out some 95 KSJ Friday, because they're going to have new stuff from him just about every hour. All right, let's see. Yesterday I mentioned that if you are listening to this show or this radio station on the iHeartRadio app, you can use the app to send us some messages. You can send a message to me, or if you've got a message for management, maybe some suggestions on how to make things better, or compliments to the managers for whatever. You can send us a message on the iHeartRadio app by hitting the talk back microphone. It's the red microphone button that's on there while you're listening to News Radio 710 WNTM. Now, yesterday, several people gave it a try, and I really appreciate y'all giving me some feedback. Let's see. We had this guy testing it out.
Uncle Henry, Navco Bill. Testing, Uncle Henry, testing. This is that red microphone on the iHeart app, which I'm now listening to you through, the miracle of the internet and whatnot. I guess a cruise ship would sail at over 100% capacity if you had a bunch of stowaways on it. Anyway, Navco Bill, out.
Navco Bill, thank you for leaving a message on the iHeartRadio app for News Radio 710 and the Uncle Henry Show. And now, if you weren't listening yesterday, young Mayor Spiro at the Mobile City Council meeting, he said that some of the cruises going out of Mobile have been over 100% capacity. Many of us that are not in the cruise industry don't understand how that is. How are you over capacity? And Navco Bill explained it. Stowaways. All right, let's see. I also got a message from a young lady about the odd public hearing that went on at the Mobile City Council yesterday about a tow truck company appealing their suspension.
Uncle Henry, this is Amy, I go to about 2-3 city council meetings a month for various reasons. And I went today, and I cannot believe they spent more than 30 minutes on some kind of issue with a tow truck company not being able to use their tow truck. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. What is going on?
Amy, thank you, Amy, for sending a message on the iHeartRadio app to the show. Now, I don't know if you were actually at that meeting. You said you go to most of them. If you were if they ever do a public hearing like that, anybody can talk. So you might want to just take the opportunity. Stand up and run down there and tell them, hey, figure out a new way to do this. Amy, again, thank you for leaving a message on the iHeartRadio app. And then I got one more from the app yesterday afternoon. Yesterday, you may remember back, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Uncle Henry. Woo!
All right, whoever you are, thank you for that woo. See, I'll be able to edit that, and in the future, I will be able to just have a woo. That's such a good woo. Let me hear that woo again.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Uncle Henry. Woo!
That is such a good woo. And so you've provided something for the Uncle Henry Show archives. Thank you, sir, whoever you might be. Again, if you want to send me a message on that app, just be listening to News Radio 710 on the iHeartRadio app and hit the red microphone button and leave me or the station a message. And if you're listening to any other station on the app and it's got the red microphone button, you can do the same thing for that radio station. So a way to communicate with the radio station. This is the Uncle Henry Show. It is 5:40. I had a voicemail that I did not get to yesterday. So let me see about getting to this voicemail that came in. The old-fashioned voicemail where you use a phone. Let us see. Here we go. Here is 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley.
Coach, hi, Unc. Well, Uncle, just saw something on Channel 5 asking the viewing public the question, what do you think about the data centers being built across the United States? I guess right now I really don't have no answer on that.
Well, and I don't know a lot about it myself. I've known it's been controversial, but I haven't really done a deep dive on data centers. I would say that I don't mind data centers as long as they don't cause my power bill to go up or anything else to go up. I don't mind them. Most times when something creates employment, if that creates employment, I'm in favor of creating employment in our country. But if it has effect on the community that is negative in any way, nobody would want something that would create negative effect on the community. And there's a lot of people worried about the drains on electric power and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, let me unpause 68-year-old Chris's message.
Okay, I'm watching Jason tell me how cold it's going to get again tonight. How warm it'll be tomorrow and all that other good stuff. See you later, buddy.
All right, 68-year-old Chris, West Loxley, thank you very much for your voicemail. If you would like to leave a voicemail, 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show. Now, let's see. Today is Wednesday. Today is also National Sloppy Joe Day. Yes, the Sloppy Joe sandwich gets its own day. And I've never talked about this on the air, but I have a deep, deep affection for Sloppy Joes. I do. I have a deep affection for Sloppy Joes. See, when I was a little child, my family made Sloppy Joes, it seemed to me in my memories, almost once a week. It may not have been that frequently, but it was in the rotation on a regular basis. See, I was born back in the day, and my parents were fresh out of high school. See, nowadays people wait until they're like 30 or something. Back in the day, when you got out of high school, you get married, get a job, and try to further the species. And so my parents, they were young, out of high school, and they were trying to learn family cooking. And Sloppy Joe's was easy. It was easy and delicious. At least I think it's delicious. See, I was trained from like age 3 on, I was trained to eat it. So to me, that's what good food is supposed to taste like. So National Sloppy Joe Day. It really put me in the mood for a Sloppy Joe, just finding out that it was National Sloppy Joe Day. It has strong childhood memories of love and affection and all that kind of garbage. All right, coming up on a break, when we come back, I will continue to broadcast. Yes, there is another segment of this hour's Uncle Henry Show coming up after the news break. Well, no news is coming up. But it might feel like news because the commercials are so good and informative.
We're getting word of an accident on Airport Boulevard at Foreman Road in Mobile. We also have an accident in Citronelle on Highway 45 just south of Lonnie Walker Road. Very slow on the Bayway eastbound from I-65 to the Eastern Shore. It's a 25-minute drive. Got a crash with an overturned vehicle, Grelot at Hillcrest Road. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Beau Rivage. Comedian Kathleen Madigan brings her sharp wit and hilarious stand-up to Beau Rivage May 2nd. Don't miss an unforgettable night of laughs with Kathleen Madigan. Get your tickets now at BeauRivage.com. Some restrictions may apply.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Hey, Uncle Henry here.
Hey, Facebook viewers, let me find out if you're still watching, and we'll go from there. Yes, we have a very small number of people watching. Well, Chuck, you've just convinced me I don't want one anywhere near me until they figure out how to not have the cost of those things go up. And Ben Griffin, no, Luke Combs looks like he's the country singer that looks like you'd run into him at Walmart in Tillman's Corner. I mean, he does. He looks like he would walk into like every third man in the Walmart in Tillman's Corner. That's what Luke Combs looks like. Jelly Roll has lost a tremendous amount of weight, but he still has lots of prison tattoos on his face. And he's talking about getting some of them removed. But I'm glad you're curious about the outstanding genre of country music. And yes, Bama Big Man, homemade fries. That was I think, when I was a child, I don't know that we used frozen potato products or maybe tater tots on occasion, but homemade fries, yes. Probably the only, now we have enormous amounts of food additives. I'm guessing that back then it was mostly MSG. For flavor. But I don't know, did you have to put anything on the label? I don't know. Back when I was born, did you have to put anything on the label if it didn't help sell it? I don't know. All right, let's see. I'm going to be back on the radio in just a moment. Pardon me.
I just wanted to chime in.
No hold times here.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Tap the red talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app and send us a voice note instantly.
I do agree with that guess.
A stress-free way to join the convo on your own time. Try it now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Pool and Spa Superstore is celebrating their new location with a grand reopening and great deals to help you get your pool ready for warmer weather. Just go west on Cottage Hill and take a right on Dawes Road. Pool and Spa Superstore.
Why pinch pennies when you can save dollars at Pool and Spa Superstore?
For more information about contests on this station, go to newsradio710.com/rules.
Temperatures turn chilly again tonight, but we will be above freezing for most spots. Temperatures down in the low 40s for places like Mobile and Pensacola. Tomorrow we'll have plenty of sunshine, and it looks like a beautiful day. It'll be comfortable in the afternoon with a high near 73 degrees. I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith for this iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in my garage over 15 years ago to make custom blinds easy and affordable for everyone. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
Uncle Henry's show continues. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Let me remind you, if you like to win prizes, we have contests at our website, newsradio710.com. Right now, you can go on our website, newsradio710.com, and enter to win tickets to see Jason Aldean at the Wharf. He is one of the more popular country music artists. We also have your chance to win tickets to see Joe Satriani and Steve Vai at the Mobile Sanger Theater. They are going to do their big guitar show. These are two legendary guitarists, very loud. Just very loud people. They are going to be doing their guitar show. They've formed their own band together, the Satch Vai Band. And they're going to be performing at the Sanger Theater April the 20th. That would be 4/20. If you would like to win tickets to that or the Jason Aldean concert, go to our website, newsradio710.com, and look under contests and enter for your chance to win. Or if you're listening right now on the iHeartRadio app, you can tap, there's some kind of a contest thing you can tap on there, and that you can enter on the app. All right, let's see. I gave you the phone number, 251-479-2723. Before I'm out of time, there's a few odd and weird things I can tell you about. There is a woman, Sina Rupenthal, in Germany. She's in the Guinness Book of World Records. She set the new world record for lifting men and throwing men. Right now, I don't know, why would the Guinness Book of World Records want to encourage people to pick up men and throw them? I don't like that. I don't want some random lady coming up and picking me up and throwing me. Now, she set the record for the fastest time to lift and throw 10 people by a woman, doing it in just 37 seconds. And I got to go find a picture. I want to see the arms on this person, the upper body. She did it on live German television. To qualify, each person had to be pressed fully overhead with straight arms before tossing them forward. Now, you think about what we watch on television in this country. There's really popular shows like Yellowstone and NCIS, all that kind of stuff. American Idol, The Voice. In Germany, on their TV shows, they have women picking up men and throwing them rapidly. I guess there's cultural differences. I've never really thought. I assumed, and I should never assume, but I assumed we were more culturally alike. Would something like this go over in this country? Is it weird enough for America? Also, I had the talkback that I played. No, it wasn't a talkback. Somehow the topic of data centers came up. Oh, that was with our caller, John. He brought up data centers. Robot dogs are now being used as a security option for data centers around the country. I get this weird feeling that we're kind of transitioning into the dystopian future in all the science fiction movies, all these apocalyptic doomsday movies. It feels like we're transitioning into a dystopian future with AI taking over everything. And if you try to stop the AI data center, there's going to be a robot dog coming after you. Really? Companies like Boston Dynamics and Ghost Robotics are seeing a big jump in interest from data center operators who need round-the-clock security across facilities that can be dozens of acres. Now, the four-legged robot dog Spot from Boston Dynamics costs between $175,000 and $300,000 depending on the setup. Now, I would never spend that amount of money, even though it might be nice to have a robotic dog to protect my family. $175,000 to $300,000 on something that you know has to have tremendous maintenance. You know it has to break down. What if it malfunctions? What if it malfunctions and thinks that one of your relatives coming over to visit is bad and it attacks them or something? Anyway, there is more to come. I've got some stuff. I've got something about dogs I want to talk about in the next segment of the Uncle Henry Show, along with things going up in the legislature in Montgomery. So stick around. More show after the break.
I'm Chad Pergram with the Speaker's Lobby. Passage of the Save America Act is of...
YouTube viewers, for those that are left, the small number of folks that are left watching on the YouTube. Thank you very much for being a looker on the Uncle Henry Show. More show on News Radio 710 WNTM and on the app. Right now, though, turning off the cameras. Have a pleasant evening and a pleasant tomorrow. I will be back on the air tomorrow with you.
For an unlimited period of time. With the Speaker's Lobby, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
At Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center, our board-certified dermatologists are ready to help you look and feel your very best. From advanced laser treatments to medical-grade skincare products and the most innovative procedures available, we've got what you need to feel confident in your skin. This month, save $40 on Juvo while supplies last. Plus, save $200